Hello, guys. I hope you're all having a wonderful, wonderful day. Today, I am doing an attempt at a pastel home. It really just became a pink home. I love building with all the pinks in this game. So, anyway, hello if you are new here. Hello if you're a returning viewer. Hello. I love seeing you guys every single day, commenting, talking about maybe suggestions, or even just being like, hey, or first, or a nice build. I love it. And maybe if you're new here and you want to stick around, maybe you should subscribe, like, comment. I love interacting with you guys. I try and respond to you guys' comments as soon as possible. But anyway, I'm gonna shut my yap and move on to the build. Hey guys, so this build, as I was talking about, was supposed to be a pastel, pinky home type of feel. I wasn't exactly sure, like, it was supposed to be these blues, these greens, these yellows. It was supposed to be gorgeous. And if you notice any long pauses, it's because I was listening to a podcast and I got invested. But anyway, this is supposed to be like maybe for a single sim or a couple. But for a 20 by 15 lot, I do think that this house turned out quite well. The backyard maybe a little less to be desired, but I was kind of limiting myself in colors. I was trying to make this all bright and just light colors. I did use white as like accents and stuff just because that was gonna match. Gray would have been too dark, and black would have just been too harsh as well. Like it wasn't gonna match well together. So I also made sure no, this is not a base game build. Sorry, I almost lied. It's not a base game build. I used a lot of high school years. I used a lot of cottage living. Um, I used some tiny living, and I think those are like the main packs that I used. I do know that I used a few more besides that, but those are like the big three that are standing out to me right now. So that is kind of what's been going on, what I've been thinking about. So I was trying to I saw this thing on a Sims build where you do this, like angled roof, and then you have this triangle roof, and I could not get it done. So I decided, nah, I'm sure that it's a certain type of house, style of house, shape of house, and I just don't know how to do it. So it's definitely user error. It's not like, oh my gosh, this doesn't work in The Sims. No, it is user error. I'm wondering now if, oh, I think I might know how to do it. I probably have to do like a really square house, maybe. I don't know. I gotta look back at that old video. But anyway, I was just wondering this, that, and the other, and what else I had to do. And I think that this turned out really well. The pink door was kind of the start of my downfall. This did basically primarily become a pink house because objectively in The Sims, their pinks look much more pastel than anything else. So there's how I am defending myself. Um, and again, I was using white accents. I was using really, really light accents. Also, there is this like lag in this video. I did realize that later on. Um, I don't know why there was a lag in some of the video. So just like watch out. Again, there's also gonna be long pauses and listen, last night was fantastic. So it is now New Year's Day. So this was New Year's Eve. I was building this, I think, up until 11:30 at night. Um, which it turned out really well. I'm very, very proud of this build. I think it looks gorgeous. I think it's cute. It really brings out what I've been wanting to build lately, and I absolutely love it. I just think it's just the right amount of everything. I do think though that this porch is a little big. Uh, just for how like big the front of the house is. It's just too much for it. I only should have made it like one block or something like that. So that is on me. What else? This house, so it's on a 20 by 15. Sorry if I said like a 20 by 30. This is a 20 by 15 lot. Um, and I think it does cost a hefty penny. It costs more than a starter home, but I cannot remember the exact amount off the top of my head just because last night I was a working, working, working. So there is that. And then I also did like a white siding and shingles and this, that, and the other. So, oh well. I think it turned out really, really well though. Um, I I did some fences and whatnot. So I don't remember if I used that fence later on, because that fence you guys saw me place down, I was really just trying to get a feel for how it's going to be. That fence does not stay. I promise. It does not. It's very, very harsh compared to all these like light colors that I'm going for. My hardest thing was figuring out the floor plan. I did know that I wanted this entryway to be blocked off completely, so that got blocked off. And then I knew that I wanted to do like an open bedroom type concept. So what you do is you'll put a wall in between your house and then you'll rise up the platform. Only rise it up by one, or else you're gonna have to put down stairs for your Sims. And then you have this cute platform that they can walk on, and it looks so adorable. You just gotta make sure that it registers as a separate room in your game, and then you can just get rid of those walls, and it should be fine. I totally should have done that in my how-to sim video. I'll need to do that next time. Oh well. I did keep the windows all at the same height, only for the fact that it would look terrible. Excuse me. Terrible outside. So there is that. Um, again, I used a lot of packs. I used so many packs. I genuinely don't believe I'd be able to get such a good outcome without using packs, though. Um, I'm not that savvy with base game. Again, base game to me sometimes feels really repetitive, but I've also seen people though use base game and like get such diverse homes. Cannot. I don't know why. I can't. I like struggle. I have this like mental block. Like I'm like, oh, I use this, and this because I like it, even though I like other things together too. But oh well, it's something. Um, there is flowers. Oh, the carpet that I used for this bedroom is literally not my favorite carpet in the entire game. I I don't know why I don't use this more. That it brought in some dark reds, some reds, pinks, some browns, some whites. It really brought the entire room together, I feel like. And how I do the rest of this layout is probably a little alarming to some, so I do apologize. I did an itty bitty kitchen, a pretty average sized bathroom, the tiniest living room in the world, and the tiniest dining room in the world. It is crammed in space, but I think it looks really, really good, and I hope to do this again sometime soon. This literally was my favorite build. I really wanted to work with a lot of light colors in this build because I feel like I do a lot of like dark gothic themes, and maybe that's because I started around Halloween time. But also, I love the dark themes in this game, especially with the new Life and Death pack that's out. I feel like it's very, very nice, and I love it. Um, I'm hoping to know. I'm hoping to get older packs. I know that there's a winter sale right now, and I keep telling myself that I need to get some. But also at the same time, my birthday's coming up, and I could save money by asking for those for my birthday. So you guys see the logic? You guys see the logic. We're the same. We're on the same wavelength. By the way, my birthday is coming up January 9th. I'll be 20 years old. Hooray! Um, I've been ecstatic, and I cannot wait. Um, excuse me. I never really did much for my birthday as a little kid, so it's I shouldn't say as a little kid. As I got older, like when I was little, everyone was perfectly fine doing birthday parties, and then once I got past little kid age, like people almost had no interest in doing birthday parties. I think I had one birthday party with my friends. Um, until my fiance threw me my first ever surprise birthday party in my entire life. With it was just a small group of us, and it was perfect. Everything was, and it was dinosaurs. Dude. I love dinosaurs, but it was absolutely perfect. I, it was great. Anyway, so I was trying to figure out different floor plan layouts, like how maybe I should put the table in that corner, maybe I should do this, maybe I should do that. And then I realized it was super dark in here, so then I had to put down lights because oh my gosh, this is so dark in this build. Anyway, so sorry if you guys got like that light when I put down those lights. I meant to give you guys that warning, but I forgot. Whoopsie. Um, I was really trying to make this overhead cabinet business work. I was trying so hard. Like, because I wanted to do a full overhead cabinet. Excuse me. And it was not working. It was not budging. And it's definitely user error. Um, so there is that. But I do think that they're cute. I think that they turned out cute in the end. So I'm glad that I didn't do the full wraparound with them at all. Um, And oh, I like the yellow. I like the light yellow with everything. I, especially with the pink, it feels right. I also realized that I haven't saved in a long time, so there is that. Um, Again, I feel like that the bedroom area is really cozy. There isn't a lot of skill building in this house, if I'm correct, like at all. But hey, it's cute for aesthetics. Um, got these barn doors. All this stuff. I did use this divider. I can never figure out how to use dividers properly. This was the perfect time for that divider, so I used it. And then I was like, well, I want to use these, and I eventually figured it out in the end. I did. It just took a lot of errors. I was sitting there like, because I didn't want to put down a painting because I knew I was going to be putting down paintings in other areas, and also painting just didn't fit. That's the only way I can describe it. Like a painting just did not make sense there at all, in my opinion. Um, so there was that. I did give you guys a sprinkler. Excuse me. With the sprinklers, there's that your sim will not be lighting on fire to death, maybe. I do not know if that is entirely accurate. I finally found ones that fit my area, and then I realized they were going through my shower, so then I had to alt place those, which was a-okay by me. Um, I felt like the couch was cute. Everything just pulled together so well. I guess I did use a few more colors than I had originally thought, but that's mainly in the kitchen. Everything else is really pink. Like the wallpaper that I picked out. I kind of regret picking a white wallpaper, but the one that I picked out, I don't typically use, and this felt like the perfect excuse to use this wallpaper. You guys will love it or hate it. There is no in between. Um, Anyway, I was really trying to make this mini shelf work. It's from like Tiny Living, and I was trying to make a shelf work. But then a singular shelf made it feel too empty. Like there was just no way. There's no way that this shelf was making sense in my mind. Again, I was struggling with overhead cabinets. I was struggling with a lot though. I was like, okay, I really want this thing. I don't remember what it's called for the life of me all of a sudden, but I wanted it. I was like, let's try and make this work. And if I'm correct, this is either what I ended up with at the end or similar. I cannot remember though. Again, I built it pretty late, so that's on me. Um, I honestly, I loved doing this so much. It was amazing, and it was a good way to end off 2024. And now going on into 2025, although we are going to be 5 days into 2025, so hello. Um, I think that this would be a good just layout in general. Um, excuse me. I feel like I'm gonna start sneezing all of a sudden. It took me a second, guys. It's a, but look at the wallpaper that I picked. Look at it. It's so good. And the white was just perfect. And there's like little flowers on this wallpaper. It's so cute. It does make off-white seem very yellow. I kind of like it. I kind of like all these different light colors. Decorating this bedroom part was a little difficult for me as I was trying to figure out how I could clutter it without making it look crazy. And Then I found my solution. A canopy type bed. It was perfect. There was I always loved doing these before I even started this build. I also felt like the flowers went together with the wallpaper flowers really well. Before I even started like a building channel, if I downloaded a house off the gallery, I would put those above the bed once I had high school years. No matter what, it was like perfect. Everything went together really well. And then I did use a lot of clutter, I think from tiny living, cottage living, and I want to say something else. Maybe a dream home decor? Excuse me. Now I'm like blanking on what packs I used. I should have checked how many packs I used in this build. That would have been interesting. Um, I did clutter up one counter just because I wanted clutter, and then I found this clutter from high school use. It just felt appropriate, felt right, so I used it. Um, I don't typically like messy clutter for rooms. It really stresses me out. So I wasn't its biggest fan, but I kept it, and I think it looked really cohesive together. Um, the curtains were not curtaining, okay? I had to use mini half curtains from going together because nothing was fitting properly. So I did have to go with those. And I think that they turned out really, really cute. And then I opted to actually get rid of them in the kitchen area just because we already had those curtains from the half cabinets. And then I wanted to add just a little bit of like wall decor, maybe like stickers or something. And I think it turned out really, really cute. I did love that. What I just put above the bed. Gorgeous. It was absolutely like one of my top favorite things from this build. Um, and then I was cluttering up, or at least attempting to clutter up on top of this dresser. And then I was like, boy, we do need some skill building stuff. And then I realized, oh shoot, we need skill building stuff. So now I was rushing for skill building stuff, entertainment, anything, because I'm like, how am I going to make this work? And nothing was looking good in this corner. Literally only the basket. Excuse me. So then I was like, well, I saw the front entranceway and it does look kind of lousy. So let's do this little cubicle, and I changed it to white to lighten up the area a bit more just because everything's so heavily pink anyway. And then I was like, well, now we need paintings, we need this, we need that. And then I went with, I cannot remember what I went with. I think I just went with either a basic painting or nothing. Oh, it was those for a backyard. Literally adorable. I was digging the flowers that night, okay? Sue me, I don't care. Anyway, so I just kind of tried to put like little decor, tried to make it look not messy, and I do think I failed. I do think I failed at that because it still felt very, very cluttered. I almost wanted to only put boxes in there, and I kind of regret not doing that now. But it is a-okay. The front entrance area was probably my least favorite to do, but I think it turned out really, really nicely. Um, it was very just cohesive together, and I love it. And then there was a little calendar. And I think that calendar is from Cats and Dogs. So if you guys see Cats and Dogs, I'm pretty sure that's the only thing I used from that pack. So do not be alarmed if you don't have it. You're just gonna miss a calendar. Um, that's also why I try and do limited pack builds, only because people probably sit there and are like, oh my gosh, I don't have this, that, or the other. And then you're only missing like 7 or 6 items. And it really doesn't make that big of a difference to the build. Um, but sometimes even if I see a pack that I don't have, I'm like, okay, I'm done. I'm done. I do get really jealous when I see custom content on the gallery, so I try and filter it out because I'll sit there and I'll be like, this house looks so good, or the rendering looks so good. Usually it's custom content when the rendering looks like perfect because I love The Sims, don't get me wrong, but they do my houses dirty in the gallery. They do them so dirty. Also, I used the Skrill. I never used the Skrill. I thought it was the cutest thing. I was like, I need to use this right this second, so I did. Um, The backyard is what's left, and I believe I did some landscaping. I actually think I did a lot of landscaping. I don't know why I'm saying some. And then I decided empty pots would be a good idea. Almost like they're a gardener. Maybe they want to plant some flowers. Maybe they want to have some bushes in here. I kind of regret not putting a bush in there. Um, but now I know for next time that I want to do that. And it's all a learning experience. Um, I also love just watching myself build and knowing like, oh, I don't like that. I like that. It helps me focus on my building better. I am also so sorry that there's been 3 speed builds this week. You guys are also gonna hate me unless I switch some things around. Tomorrow's video is also going to be a speed build. So, uh, forgiveness. I'm sorry. I've been getting over having an ear infection and I really only do stuff when I don't have a headache, which is very, very rarely. So, like, I've recorded twice today, which is way more than I've been recording for the past week. Um, I have some antibiotics now. I'm getting better. I just get really bad. Like, it hurts. Everything hurts. So, oh well. Um, I have a few more builds left on this. I really just need to start, like, writing out what I'm gonna do for the month and calling it a day because it's so nice to just know what I'm going to build and build it. It is so awesome. Although sometimes, actually, a couple times, there's been times where I'm like, this is a great idea. I'm pretty sure I'm the first to think of this. And then I see someone on Facebook do it. And I'm like, are you kidding me? So then I scrap it completely. I do know a lot of my builds aren't original, but I try not to make them inspired by people, or I'll be like, hey, like Little Simsies has done this before. Because I really only watch one sim YouTuber consciously. The rest of them play while I'm asleep. I have actually though, since I've watched my YouTube rap, I have started watching some of them consciously. It's actually made me kind of happy. I'm like, okay, okay, wait, this is nice. I will like this. Um, they're really good. Like, oh my gosh, why? Why am I so bad at names? I'm so bad at names, guys. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. But no, there's been some awesome builds. There's been just so much. So I was originally gonna go with these. I was like, oh, these are nice. They're big. They're fluffy. And then I was like, I don't know if I'm taking that. I'm not. Did did I change it or am I thinking of a different build? I might be thinking of a different build, guys. Forgive me. Um, No, I did change some. Okay, sorry. I built so much. I think, let me check. As of this day that I am recording, I believe there is 126 videos um on my YouTube channel, which is still an insane amount. But like I build so much. But, like I say things, I'm like, wait a minute, that was about a different build. So I try to like forget my other builds. So when I'm talking about one single build, it's bad. Like I'll literally sit there and I'll be like, oh my gosh, I just thought of the best sim build ever. And then someone else has done it. And I'm like, well, that's great. Um, oh my goodness. So, anyway, this build is coming towards the end. I hope that you guys liked it. I think it's cute. I think it's very, very pastel-like. And I was worried that it was looking bad once I went outside. I was like, oh my gosh, I don't know how I'm gonna fill this. And somehow miraculously, I figured out how to landscape flowers. Like, is it the best landscaping? No. But is it the worst? Not really. I think that this is one of the very few times where I haven't just been like, fine, whatever. And I really thought New Year, new me. So I think I'm gonna watch some YouTube how-to videos on landscaping. I have before. I'm hoping to find some that actually click with me, just because I struggle so much with things clicking in my mind. It is I don't know why I do. It's just a struggle. Anyway, I'm gonna shut my yap and go on to the outro. Hi guys, hope that you all liked this build and this voiceover. This was honestly such a fun build for me to do last night. It took a crazy amount of time for a house on a 20 by 15 lot. But if you do want to download this house, it's called Pastel House on the gallery. And if you cannot find that, look underneath the EA Gamer Tag Wicket. Wicketfred. I will also put that down in the description below. Um, just that way you guys can try and find that off of my gamer ID. Anyway, thank you all so much for joining me today. Thank you to all my returning viewers, new viewers. You guys should totally like, comment, subscribe. I love hearing feedback from all of you guys. Constructive. I mean, I've had people tell me, hey, you know, this is actually why I started adding my gamer tag in the description because someone was like, hey, this this is a very common name in the gallery. Can I have your gamer tag? And ever since then, if I've uploaded something to the gallery, I've put my gamer tag down there. So once I update my description, I will also put my gamer tag there in case you guys want to find other builds. But anyway, thank you all so much for joining me today. Bye bye.